And what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Cheap Ludes, and I'm back with another video today. Before we get started, obviously like, comment, subscribe to the channel. I lost some subscribers today. That shit sucked. But otherwise, if you're new, man, hit the subscribe button. Help me out. Other than that, we're going to be back with another video today. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 players for under 50K. If you guys aren't aware, 2K Festival has been going on all weekend. They've been re-releasing packs, releasing super packs, putting weird, crazy possessed packs up that are ridiculous, doing all types of weird stuff. So a lot of cards are crashed. The market is completely fucked. So if you're a buyer, now's the time to buy some of these cards. So I'm going to be talking about 10 guys that are great for under 50K that have now dipped that low. Or at least are fluctuating between a little over 50K and a little under. So some of these guys may at this exact moment be like 52K, but they will dip back down in price because they've been fluctuating all day. And then I'm going to talk about some guys to look out for. So guys that may potentially dip below 50K that aren't right now. Other than that, I'll also talk about some honorable mentions. And at the end of the video, if you guys aren't aware, 2K has been dropping a bunch of locker codes. So at the very end of the video, I'll put a couple of those up on screen just in case you guys didn't see them or you're not putting in locker codes, and I'll talk about those at the end. So before we get started, let's do some honorable mentions. So these guys aren't actually on my list, but they are incredibly good cards for under 50K. Isaiah Ryder. Isaiah Ryder is an incredibly good card, especially in current gen where rim running is the absolute meta. I don't usually preach meta gameplay, but it's kind of hard to really go against a guy who dunks over entire teams by himself. Isaiah Ryder's really good. He's got 4 Hoff badges, none of which are really great, but he does have like corner specialist, difficult shots. You can give him like catch and shoot. He has space creator. You can upgrade catch and shoot, I should say. Tight handles, hot zone hunter, you can upgrade those. You can upgrade ankle breaker. Plus you can give him some good defensive badges. You can give him like clamps, interceptor, intimidator. Don't believe you can give him range, but he doesn't need it. If you look at his dunk tendencies, they're absolutely insane. He dunks over pretty much the entire team. 95 driving dunk. He even has like a decent 3-pointer at 89 and a good release. He's absolutely worth it. You can get him for as low as 37. Yeah, you can get him below 35K, and I think for shooting guards, he's one of the best shooting guards available for this kind of price range. Next up, I'm going to talk about our second honorable mention, just because these guys are really good, but they didn't make the list just because there's better options. So if you're looking for power forward help, David West is really, really good, especially for his price range. I mean, you can get him for under 30K. Even as low as close to 20K. For my money, there's only one guy around this price range that's better at the power forward position, and he is on my list. But if you want a guy besides him, David West is actually really good. Plus, he shoots a little bit, too. He's got, an 83-pointer with a pretty decent release. He's not going to be holding it down in the middle too big. Like I said, he's only 6'9", but he has good badges, putback box, hot zone hunter, putback box, boss, catch and shoot gold, rim protector box, rebound chaser. He's got really good badges, plus that bronze intimidator that can be upgraded. Plus you can give him like corner specialist. I believe I put corner specialist on mine. Relentless finisher, clamps, pretty much every defensive badge. He's a really good budget option. So with that being said, let's get to the list. So number 10, the 10th best player you can buy for under 50K is Kevin Love. As you guys know, I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Love, just because I have my guys that I like a little bit better. Sorry for that sound. I accidentally smacked my mic. But Kevin Love, I mean, to be completely honest with you, for 40K and under, it's kind of a steal. He's a really good card. He's 6'10". He rebounds the ball really well. He's not really great interior defending, but at the same time, he does have Hall of Fame catch and shoot, Hall of Fame corner specialist, break starter, box, and rebound chaser. He does have like difficult shots. He has gold intimidator, believe it or not. Gold pogo. He has gold range, volume shooter. So if you get started with him, you can upgrade his hot zone hunter, which I recommend doing. And then I can believe you can give him like finishing badges. You can give him clamps. He can become a really good card, and he does have a really easy to time release as well. I would recommend upgrading that rim protector badge. It just helps so you don't get dunked on every 5 seconds. But he's a great card, and I think especially if you need like an offensive big at either the power forward, then he's not a bad option. Here's my only problem with Kevin Love, because I like to give cons in addition to the pros, is he's a little small to play the center. So he does get kind of bullied by bigger centers, even though he does have those rebounding badges. And he's a little slow to play power forward. So if you run into someone running like Worthy or Josh Smith, or even like LeBron at power forward, you're going to have issues on the defensive end, especially if you're running into someone with Giannis. I've had bad experiences doing that. But other than that, Kevin Love is a really good card. So with that being said, let's get over to our 9th guy. And I'm not going to spend too much time on each dude. I'm just going to give you a little bit. It's Larry Bird. You could swap Kevin Love and Larry Bird, but even though he was one of the first cards released, Larry Bird has a very good jump shot, good size at the small forward at 6'9". Hall of Fame catch and shoot. He's got pretty much every shooting badge, gold, including range extender, hot zone hunter. He doesn't have steady. So that's something a lot of people like, and he does have that silver clamp, so he's even got box silver too, needle threader and bailout. You can add some badges to him as well, mostly finishing badges, which honestly none of the badges you can add to him are really necessary. Break starter, I guess, but that's about it. That's about his only knock, is he doesn't have good badges that can be added, but he does have all the necessary badges right off the rip. And he has a really easy to time jump shot, and he makes a lot of like slightly earlys and slightly lates. If you've played against him before, you know how annoying that is. But yeah, I mean, he's a great card. Next up, we got, in my opinion, you could argue that David West is better, but Paul Millsap, man. He does have that dynamic duo as well. I forgot who his dynamic duo is with. I knew about it not too long ago, but it doesn't matter. I think is it Rubio? It might be Rubio. No, I don't think so. I think that's Karl Anthony Towns. Either way, Paul Millsap is incredibly good. 6'8". He can guard up on the perimeter, which is something that not a lot of big men can do. He actually, believe it or not, has a really nice shot at an 82 three-pointer. So he's a power forward that can move. He can guard some of the quicker power forwards like your Giannis's and stuff like that. He's got good defensive badges. You can give him better ones. He has like silver quick first step, hot zone hunter, bronze defensive leader. You can give him finishing badges, dribbling badges, facilitating badges, like playmaking, and good defensive badges. And in addition to shooting badges, I highly recommend giving him flexible release. You can even give him range extender, which is kind of cool. He turns into one of the best combo forwards in the game if you badge him up enough, and the fact that you can pick this dude up for like 30k is absurd. He really is that good. So next up, we got another shooter. You're going to notice a trend here, at least in the first couple of cards on this list here. Michael Redd. Michael Redd's really good. He's one of those guys who's been fluctuating, so I'm not going to say for sure you'll be able to get him for under 50k, but I mean, as you can see, 43, 49. Michael Redd has an absolute money jump shot. Like, it's once again one of the easiest to time in the game. Not only that, he makes a lot of slightly lates and a lot of slightly earlys. You'll notice that with a few different jump shots, they tend to be either easier to green or make more slightlys. Michael Redd is one of the make more slightly guys, which if you're not an all-pro player, like, it's way more helpful to do so. So he has great badges, Deadeye, flexible on gold, same with Hot Zone Hunter, range extender. He has that steady, but it's not really that big of a deal. He has some silver defensive badges. He has bronze clamps, so you can get away with putting him out there. Hall of Fame catch and shoot, corner specialist, space creator, tireless, and volume are all really good badges. So highly recommend checking him out. I think this dude put Showtime on him for no reason. I don't know. It doesn't really do anything, but really good card. Next up, we got a big man, a true big man too, not just like a combo forward like I've been showing him. Arvydas Sabonis. Look, he's a little slow. I'll give you that, like, for sure. But I mean, my man is 7'3", 7'3", 88 three-pointer, and he goes up with a dynamic duo with Isaiah Ryder, I believe. Yeah, I think it's Isaiah Ryder. Him and Sabonis have one. Makes them both better. 31 gold badges. Dude, absurd. I just want to make sure I wasn't clicking one that's not. But he's a facilitator. He's got catch and shoot, corner specialist. He has like dimer, box, brick wall, so he sets screens. So if you're a pick and roll guy, you're gonna like Sabonis a lot. He's 7'3". He's fucking huge, like ginormous. He has great defensive badges. He has great shooting badges. He has gold flexible, gold hot zone. Absolutely goated. This card is so good, and I haven't heard anyone talk about it. The only thing I will say is I'm not a huge fan of his jump shot. Some people really like it. I personally, it's acceptable, but I don't love it. So definitely going to have to take some time and like shoot around, kind of get used to his jump shot. And the other knock against him is he's not great in triple threat online. So if you're like a big triple threat guy, Arvydas isn't going to be someone that's extremely good for that game mode. But for 5-on-5 team basketball, he's absolutely absurd. So next up, I'm going to put up one of the best defensive cards in the game. And because of the packs today, he has dipped. Kawhi Leonard. I'm not a huge Kawhi fan. Like, if you guys have watched my channel, you know that I'm not the biggest fan of Kawhi on a personal level. But at the same time, I'm doing an under 50 tier list. Well, like, just list in general. And I gotta say, man, getting a card that is this good defensively and this passable offensively for this price is absolutely crazy. See, here's the thing. It's like you're looking at Kawhi Leonard. He doesn't have the greatest badges. He has very good badges, but obviously you'd like to see him have some more Hoff badges that make a little bit more of a difference. You'd like to see him have like an upgraded flexible and stuff like that. Those are all things I totally understand. But this is 2K. This isn't a physics-based game. One of the most important things in this game is animations, and Kawhi Leonard has some of the best defensive animations in this game. He also has some of the best dunking animations in this game because he has like a very low flashy dunk tendency, so he basically just puts up basic ass two-handed dunks all the time, which are almost impossible to block. So he's great. So next up, we're going to do a facilitator and point guard, and one of my absolute favorite cards in this game, Damian Lillard. This card is so fucking slept on, it makes me sick. Like, legitimately, I sit here and I watch all these YouTube videos from all these guys, and they shit on Damian Lillard or just straight up don't talk about him, which makes no sense because this card is so good. Damian Lillard has a wet jump shot. He has some of the best driving animations in this game. His dribble moves are not the best, so if you're a dribbler, you're not going to like them more than likely. Other than that, though, my man has Space Creator, Deadeye, Hot Zone Hunter Hall of Fame. He has good hot zones, difficult shots. He has a really good moving mid-range shot, so it's something that you can rely on. Catch and shoot. He has finishing badges. He has facilitating badges. He has Giant Slayer, which is important because he's small. He has pretty much every badge that you need except for, and this is going to be a trend with cards that people pretend they don't like, he doesn't have range extender. Oh, he does. Never mind. He does. This card does have range extender. I take that back. He does have range extender. So why the fuck is nobody talking about this card? I just assumed he didn't have range because that's why people typically don't talk about cards. No, there's absolutely no reason for this card to be under 50k. He's truly one of the best point guards in this game. I don't care whatever. Like, okay, John Wall is often regarded as one of the best point guards in this game, right? Okay, first off, I hate John Wall. I love John Wall in real life. I like him enough in the game. But the way I play 2K, I cannot have a non-shooting point guard. It's just not a thing. I operate so much offense through my point guard. I need someone who can do everything. Damian Lillard can do everything. He's a little bit suspect on the defensive end occasionally, but if you play on-ball defense, you're not going to notice it. I promise Damian Lillard is the absolute best point guard that you can buy for this price range. So next up, this one, all right, I'll be honest with this one. You could easily put Kawhi here and put this guy back where Kawhi is. Paul George. Paul George has been fluctuating, but he is back in like 15 different packs right now, so he kind of just keeps jumping up and falling down as far as price goes. So he'll go up to 55, and then he'll fall down to like 50, 49. Right now, he's at 51 as his cheapest, so I will still include him in here just because earlier there was ones for like 48, 49, and I guarantee he's going back down in price. But Paul George is absolutely incredible. Not only that, here's the other thing. Is what he was such a good card early on that so many people badged up Paul George that they're just kind of putting up their badged up ones. Like, this dude has 27 gold badges and he's putting it up for like 10,000 more than the other ones. He has pretty much every badge that you need except for range extender. But like, Paul George has a money jump shot So that's why I have him over Kawhi Leonard. Him and Kawhi Leonard are about as good as each other defensively. They're about the same size with the same wingspan. Paul George just has a much easier to time jump shot, and that's why I have him up here. He's one of the most slept on defensive cards in this game, in my opinion. So next up, we got our only amethyst on the list, and Serge Ibaka. Like, Serge Ibaka is so good. His jump shot is really good. His badges are okay. Like, he has every important badge that you want, but obviously you'd like to add some badges to him. I do understand that, but you can add pretty much every good defensive badge. I highly recommend for him to be elite, adding like interceptor, clamps, especially if he's playing power forward. You're going to run into Giannis's and stuff. You need to have him have clamps, especially in current gen. Deadeye helps, hot zone hunter helps. He's got good hot zones. And if you're going to shoot a lot with him, volume shooter. But other than that, Ibaka's really good. He's 6'10". He's got incredibly long arms. He has 85-3, which is solid, and 90 driving dunk. His ball handle is awful, but he's a 3-and-D, like, power forward. You're not going to be, holding the rock with Ibaka, at least I hope. 97 block. He's going to swat fucking everything, especially on next gen. This dude is absolutely out of this world. I cannot recommend this guy, like, more. And next up, look, if you've been watching my channel, you know who the fuck is up here. This dude's been fluctuating all day. But when I got a chance to hype this card, I'm going to take it. Brandon Ingram. Dude, Brandon Ingram, I get angry watching other YouTubers not talk about this card. It drives me fucking insane. He is so good. He's 6'7". I've heard people say he's too small to play small forward. I'm sorry, what? Dude, he's 1 inch shorter than Kawhi and 2 inches shorter than Paul George. Do you really think that shit makes a difference? It does not. It absolutely doesn't make a difference, especially in next gen. Dude, he's so good. He's fast. He shoots a good 3. He has a really easy to time jump shot. He can handle the ball. He can drive. He can play some good defense. He blocks shots. Like, yeah, his perimeter defense is only a 79. So fucking what? It doesn't matter. Honestly, it doesn't matter. He can rebound the ball. Like, he does literally everything. He actually has... Let's check his tendencies. His tendencies are not great, but that 65 contest shot is better than some of the guys that people say are elite. I don't think tendencies mean as much as a lot of people do. He's got good badges. He has Hall of Fame quick first step, contact finisher, relentless finisher. He's got difficult shots and a really good moving mid-range. He also has tireless and volume shooter and a bunch of good gold badges. And not only that, you can add good badges to him. You can upgrade a lot of these badges. He's like customizable. You can give him dimer. You can run your offense through him. He can protect the rim. You can give him clamps, heart crusher, intimidator, interceptor. You can make him a defensive lockdown card. Shit, you can make him get rebounds if you really feel like it. He can do pretty much everything except here's the gatekeeper thing that he can't do. He can't get range extender. Oh man. Dude, you don't need range extender that bad. Like, yeah, range extender is a good badge, but if you just change your offense to being not about shooting half-court shots, like, you can manage without range extender. It's not that important of a badge. Like, I get everyone wants to play meta and play like YouTubers, but, like, dude, you don't need range extender that bad. I like range extender, don't get me wrong, but, like, I play with cards who don't have range extender all the time. I love Brandon Ingram. I use him constantly. He doesn't have range extender. You don't need all 5 guys on your team to have range extender. I mean, you don't. You can have 1 or 2 guys that don't, I promise. So, thanks for watching the video. That is the 10 best cards for under 50K. I'm sure you guys are not going to agree with it. That being said, I want to talk about a few guys who are fluctuating in price that you might want to watch for the rest of the day. Where is he? Where are you? Brandon Roy. Brandon Roy's been fluctuating. He's been getting close to 50K, and I could see him going under 50K or at least right around it today. Brandon Roy, once again, is one of the most slept on cards in this game. I really, really like Brandon Roy. But if you guys watch my channel, you know, like, I'm a simp for Tracy McGrady base. Like, I simp for that jump shot so hard. And Brandon Roy is basically a T-Mac clone, so. But he's really good. He's also almost unstoppable attacking the rim. Another guy that I would look at, and shout out to everyone who's watched my videos that has concerns about Manu, because I've been preaching picking up Manu all year because it's a good investment. Just be patient on it. Once that idle reward comes out, he's going to be expensive. Let me explain it to you real quick. Everyone who's going for the idle reward, Obviously, is trying to save up and buy Durant and stuff like that, so they're going to sell Manu and they're going to sell a few other guys that are cheap and go try to pick them back up later, thinking that they're going to be the same price. No, everyone is selling all their Manus, and there's people like me who are buying all of them for 60K, 59K, etc. And once they're going to go back up to looking like this, 100K, they may even be over 100K once the actual reward is basically announced. And once it's possible for people to lock in that set, Manu's price is going to soar. Could he possibly only go for 80 or 90K? Yes, but you will still make a profit on that. But I foresee him going closer to 100K, possibly over it. So just be patient, wait a couple more weeks, sell your Manus. I promise you'll get a bunch of MT for it. So that being said, if you're looking for a good card under 50K though, if he dips any further and goes under 50K, Manu's actually really good. He's like a dribble god. I love this card. Another guy, just before we get to the end of the video here, because this is kind of a long one, I apologize. Amari Stoudemire, if he goes under 50K, he's actually a really, really good card, especially with rim running being the meta. He's almost unstoppable attacking the rim. He's got good height and good speed for a power forward. So like I said, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the locker codes, comment down below if you don't follow 2K's Twitter and you don't get locker codes. I'll make sure to take note of that, and I'll start posting them like on YouTube in the discussion section if you guys don't. But locker codes are super important. It's basically a code that you can put in that gets you free content. Now, I'll put a couple up here. We did get a couple today. We got a couple yesterday, but they're already pretty much out. So this locker code that I'm putting up right now, and they usually drop locker codes, if not every day, every other day. So MT Festival token hyphen market. They don't have to be case sensitive, by the way. That's something that I used to do that drove me insane, but they never actually needed to be that. So this one will get you a chance at either 3 tokens, 5 tokens, or 20 tokens just by playing a Plinko game. So I'll leave it up on screen for like a couple more seconds. And we're out. Let me talk about another one. So we got My Team, one word, Festival Day 2. So this locker code is actually pretty cool. This actually gives you a chance at about 5 different packs. Granted, some of them aren't great. Let me see what we got here. It's MT Festival pack, which I'm not really sure what's in there. I've opened a couple of them just off locker codes, and it's usually like a gold badge and like a gold shoe. I think I got a Hoff badge out of one though. I got Pogo for some reason, which was kind of interesting. But you have an MT Festival pack, which is 3 random cards, a deluxe clutch pack, deluxe finals pack, deluxe possessed, or deluxe draft pack. So definitely want to put in these codes because you're getting those free packs and stuff like that. Sorry if you guys already know about this. I just want to make sure everybody knew about it. And then we got MT Festival pack. This just gives you a My Team Festival pack, which has random shit in it. Who knows, you know? So if you're not, like, if you don't put in locker codes often, comment down below. And I'll actually comment underneath, and I'll actually send you like all the active locker codes. So if you don't put in locker codes, or if you never have, or you don't follow them, or you haven't put in a couple days, let me know. I'll go and look at all the ones that are still active, and I'll comment them below your comment. So just give me a shout, man. Anyways, thanks for watching the video, you guys. I appreciate everybody on my channel. Shout out to my man Evan, dude. I apologize about Manu Ginobili. And it sucks you're low on MT, but I promise, my man, just hold on to Manu. He, at the very least, is going to go up to 80 or 90K when that lock-in code is available. That's how these things work. Once the card is actually available to lock in, all the cards skyrocket in price because everyone's panicking trying to lock the card in as fast as possible. So just hold out, my man. I promise you'll be making some decent MT, at least like 10,000 to 20,000 per Manu at the very minimum. So shout out to you, my dude. Anyways, like I said, like, comment, subscribe if you're new. Check out the description. It's got all my stuff, Patreon, etc. You can support the channel there, get some exclusive content. Check me out on Twitch too. That'll be in the description as well. Might stream later today, so jump in the comments if you want to see that. And I'll be back with new content all weekend long, so definitely check me out. Peace out, man.